to filter through this land of ours and fill a sportsman's dreams. Enjoy what nature holds for us, her bounty never ends. Getting back to basics with the practical sportsman. It's always an adventure, no matter where we go. From a favorite hunting spot to the hottest fishing hole. Outdoor life we all can share with family and friends. We'll do it all together with a practical sportsman. We'll do it all together with a practical sportsman.
Hello, sportsmen. Hey, we have a great show lined up for you folks. We have a small but intimate audience here at the Woolahan Lumber in Greenville. What seemed to be the problem this week? Little snow?
A little snow and ice.
Little snow and ice and freezing rain. But we got a group of sportsmen together. We're going to talk about our deer opener. So you stay tuned and you join me, okay? How many people saw the show last week where I got the 4-point? Okay, you were watching. You know, there was more to our opening day story. Were you aware of that? Mm-hmm. What, that somebody got a bigger deer than me?
Yeah, it sounded like that.
Yes, it did. That's the guy behind the camera right there, John Ford. And right now, we're going to take the time to roll that story. And let me tell you, it's very exciting.
Let me know when you're rolling. She's getting kind of hinky. There's another deer.
Another one?
Yeah, just don't try not to move too much right now, dude. This might be a buck. It is a buck.
That one just ran off. Where is it?
Right where she was.
Right where she was. I'm not seeing something here.
Just hang on, dude.
Oh, okay.
Can't see if it's a buck or not.
Oh, it's behind the tree.
Yeah, I'm screened right now.
I'll put the doubler on and see.
Can you see it?
No, it's behind the tree.
Yeah.
It's totally behind the tree.
Yeah, from my side too. But it kind of pushed that other doe out.
Can you see any of it?
Nope.
I think, dude, it's a buck.
Yep, that's a buck. But it's got to go one way or another.
Oh, geez, here we go again. Oh, man.
That deer is square.
Holy cow. Dude, it looks like a good buck from what I can see.
I can't see it.
Holy cow.
Should I move?
No, I mean move. Every now and then I can see an antler sticking out. Holy cow. It is right square behind the tree. This is impossible.
Yeah. There's no way. I can see part of an antler now.
Can you? It's a good one, isn't it?
Looks like a pretty good buck.
Looks like a 6-pointer at least. This is unbelievable. Oops. Backing up. Okay. There you are. There's John.
John's a little tense right now. Now I see him. Yeah, he's a pretty decent buck. I can just see his head now. He's eating.
But you don't have a shot, huh?
I have 0 shot. I can see his antler between 2 trees. Could I get a shot if I moved over to you?
Oh, there's his antler. Oh. No, I can't. I can just barely see the antler.
Okay, I'm just going to hang tight. Boy, this is frustrating.
This is There's the antler again. Oh, man.
How could he find those two trees and get behind them?
I don't know. I mean, he's not doing it on purpose.
I know, I guess I'm just...
Oh, dude, that is one hell of a rack.
Is it really?
Yes.
See, now I can't see him again.
Oh, man.
What's he doing, can you tell?
That's at least a 6 point. He's eating.
Well, you know, you're not making this easier, I mean.
If you get a shot, take it and make sure you squeeze the trigger.
All right.
Oh, man, dude. Oh, this is unbelievable.
We've had some good luck here.
Oh, dude. You seriously don't have a shot?
I got nothing.
You don't see its antler sticking out
Nope.
anytime?
Now, every once in a while, I see him as he turns his head.
Oh.
Is there any way I can get a shot if I move over to you?
Oh. His head is, he's chewing. He's at the bait. No,
I got nothing from here. I'm about ready to jump out of the blind.
okay. If you could quietly come over here.
Okay.
Try it and get down on your knees.
See if that does anything to me.
No. Get out of the chair and slide over as far as you can this way.
Okay, now I can see his neck, and that's it.
It shoots a little bit high, so.
Okay. Am I blocking you off?
He's looking right at us.
Yeah, I see him now. That is a decent buck.
Yes, it's a decent buck. Trying to get this camera up here.
Get it off there?
No, just get it up a little bit.
Oh, okay. You have the doubler in?
Yeah, I have the doubler, but I want to go back to the...
Boy, I can't believe
This is unbelievable.
I tell you one thing. My heart is about ready to come through my jacket.
We've been rolling for almost 7 minutes.
And he's leaning his neck out now, but he still doesn't want to move forward.
This is unacceptable.
He looks like he's ready to do something here.
Okay, he's going to be stepping and he's nervous.
He's hit. He's been hit.
He's hit. He's been hit. Can you shoot?
I'm right next to a tree. I can try it.
Oh, we're going to have to track this one, I think. There, shoot. What happened?
Does it pop back into... Does it go back into safe, dude? He's
Did
down.
you put the
He's
safety
down.
back on?
No, he's down.
Did you put the safety back
I'm
on?
all right. Okay. He's
Okay,
down.
he is?
Yep.
Oh, man. John,
Oh, boy. I tell you, this is something else.
oh, man.
How about this?
What do we got?
1, 2, 3, 4,
Six?
5, 6 point.
Big 6 point. Son of a gun.
What do you think about this?
That's pretty thrilling. Pretty thrilling. And look how, boy, that's a big one.
Yeah,
He's a big one.
Well, I'm pretty pleased with this.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
Here, let's do a left-hander.
All right, thanks a lot.
Golly.
Outstanding. Well, better get the tag out.
Yeah. Now, this is a 7 point.
You're right, it is a 7 point.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep, 7 points.
Oh, man. I've lived through that several times. those deer behind the tree. I think it's exciting, but we just put this thing on primetime television. You think it'll go?
Yeah.
Why? How can it possibly? We had deer behind a tree for 7 minutes. Marty Stauffer would never do that. Marlon Perkins would never do that.
It's exciting.
It's exciting?
Makes your heart beat.
It does. Let me tell you, and that's the fun of it, and I hope our viewers at home can get the thrill there. What about the size of a rack? Does it make it more exciting if it had a bigger rack? Oh, it would? Boy, it couldn't make it much more exciting, or my heart would pop right out of my chest. But let's talk about big racks for a second, because we have Big Buck Night coming up here on Practical Sportsman, and we're going to be having big racks. And I can tell you right now that this rack, this is not John's, by the way. I'm sorry, Jay, it's close. But this is a 7-point rack that is far too small to make Big Buck Night. But this rack does qualify for our Practical Sportsman Hunting Awards. And I want to run by real quick because you folks at home can send in for an award form and we'll be glad to send it to you. First of all, if you have a rack that has 10 antler points or more, you've automatically qualified for an award. This one has 6 good tines and one right here that's borderline. You think it's borderline?
No, I think it's 1 inch.
1 inch. We put the measuring tape to it, and it is. So this is a 7-point rack, but it still comes up 3 points short of qualifying. There's 2 other ways that you can qualify for a Practical Sportsman Hunting Award, and one is to have a tine that is how long?
8 inches.
8 inches, and here's the longest tine on this rack, and if we go down to where it would intersect there, we have about 8.5 inches. So this rack would make it. Now there's one other way that you can qualify, and that is the maximum outside spread. So we take it from one side to the other where we can get the greatest distance, and it has to be what?
18 inches.
18 inches, and we have right here, you can see a little over 21 inches, so this makes it. Believe it or not, this is too small for Big Buck Night. We will, on this Big Buck Night, presuming the weather is good and the guy shows up, is going to be bringing a rack that is over 30 inches wide. Holy mackerel. Can you imagine that? That is going to be one Big Buck Night that I hope nobody misses. Some of you folks saw last week's show, right, where I had the microphone hooked to me and I was talking and the buck was out there for 4 or 5 minutes. Not as big as John's buck, of course, but it was there. Did any of you hear a little thump, 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 thump?
Yeah.
You heard it? Okay, over the TV. We had a lot of people calling in on this. Did you recognize what that was?
Your heart was a thumping.
My heart was a thumping. You bet it was. And you said you heard that too?
Yeah.
And what did you think it was when you heard it?
I thought it was your heart too.
You did? Well, you folks are absolutely right. Some people who have television sets that doesn't have a good bass on it or they weren't running it through a stereo couldn't hear it. But let's take a look at this piece of tape here, and what you will be hearing in the background, and you'll actually be seeing the meter, is you will see my heart beating. Can you see the antlers? It's a 4-point. I don't want to shoot it from this direction because I'll waste too much meat. Oh man. Oh man. Oh Johnny. Can't believe this. Okay, you saw my heart beating. People have said that I get pretty excited when I deer hunt. Do you folks feel when you hunt that your heart's beating like that too? Oh, yeah. Okay, you know, somebody called right after the show hit the air. In fact, her name was Aurora Momsilovich. She works at Heritage Hospital in Taylor. Was concerned about me. Aurora, thank you. She called, she's a respiratory therapist in cardiopulmonary, and right away she said when she heard that thump, 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 she got out her watch and started taking my pulse, essentially. It started off, when the deer first came out there, she said it was at 108. What do you suppose it got up to by the time the deer was around where I could shoot it?
20.
158. 158. That's double the normal heart rate. She said this is called for those of you who are interested, that's called a sympathetic nervous system. It has to do with fight or flight thing in game. Like we get excited because we know the game is excited and it's a mutual excitement type of thing. But anyway, that is not really good for you in the long term, if you know what I mean. But I saw a chart. Look at this. This was in the Detroit News on November 12th, and this was Chris Willis and Tim Summers put this together from information from Beaumont Hospital. They hooked up a heart rate meter, or whatever you call it, to a hunter. Opening morning, his heartbeat hit 160 when he was sighting, aiming, and shooting at the deer. Same as mine. And the higher stress rate actually occurred when he was walking and dragging the deer. But look at that. This is something that is a concern because 140 heartbeats per minute is what your heart should be at when you're exercising, and it's good for you. Over that, it's called a supraventricular tachycardia, whatever that means. But it's not supposed to be good for you to have a heart rate at that level for that long period of time. What about you? You had some surgery, didn't you?
Yeah, I had 4 bypasses.
4 bypasses?
Yeah, and I still hunt. I didn't have a heart attack, but I still drag deer out when I get one. Don't get one every year, but.
Does it concern anybody? Is anybody going to quit deer hunting because the stress on the heart? No. Or do we call it stress on the heart?
No.
No. Excitement.
That's as good
right.
place to die as any.
Well, none of us said it that way, but I think we're probably in agreement.
That's right.
For the first time in a long time, I'm going to tag it before I field dress it, because I usually forget. Just a second, I got my tag somewhere.
We know you have it.
Yes, I do. On last week's show, when I tagged my deer, you saw me come up and wrap my kill tag around the antler. Now, some people called me saying I did that all wrong. Anybody agree with that I did that wrong? Mm-hmm. Huh? Here, hold this. I'll give you this. I'll give you this. Give you this. Okay? We're going to have a little lesson here on tagging deer. And the reason people got this idea that I tagged it wrong is if you look at on page 7 of the hunting and trapping guide, it says, beginning this year, the DNR is issuing some kill tags with adhesive backing. Use the following procedure to validate. It says, peel off the backing, lay a length of cord across the kill tag on the sticky side, fold the license in half along the perforation, notch it, and then tie it to the critter. Okay? Now, that happens to be like this one here. Here's how John tagged his deer on the opening day of bow season, and that's how it says you should do it, right? Have any of you seen any problem with this?
You can tag any deer.
You can tag any deer, but about the tag coming off, look at that. It slides right down. That tag does not stay there in the adhesive. You have problems tying this to an antler that the knot could come loose. And at the deer processors, they've had problems with the tags pulling off, you know, as they're being dragged around. So it says here also, though, if you turn to page 15, it says tagging big game. Immediately after killing a deer, you must tag it or seal it by securely fastening your tag or seal to the antler, lower jaw, or gambrel, lower leg. It doesn't say anything here about the string. Okay?
Double standard.
Huh?
It's a double standard.
Stick to its jaw, that's right. How would you do it? Apparently, you're supposed to cut underneath the jaw and fish the string up through there like you're putting a fish on a stringer. Does anybody want to do that with their deer? I mean, really, that's not very practical. The gambrel, of course, is by the back leg, and the other option is on the antler. Now, you tell me what is wrong with following the instructions here where it says attach it to the antler and wrapping it around the antler.
Can't read that.
You can't read that. You know, I'm glad that you're holding this here. These are the tags they used for years. This is Ed Urban brought us this mount, and he's from Owasso, and he dug this thing up. This is the tag they used for many years, okay? It's that metal tag you affix around there. What's the read on it?
Michigan.
Michigan. Some numbers, right? Mm-hmm. This worked fine for years. Has anybody ever encountered an officer that reads this tag?
No.
How can you? That's absolutely right. Now, I posed the question here. It says about the jaw or the gambrel, or the antler, I pose a question to Sal Ghani, attorney, about what about tagging in the ear? You know, if you go to a stockyard or something, or a deer farm, where do they tag the animals? In the ear. What do you folks think? Would tagging it in the ear violate the law?
According to the rules, yeah.
Okay, the rules. Are these the rules that are in this book?
Yes.
Not always.
Guidebook.
Guidebook. I asked Sal Ghani to go to the legislated rules and find out. And what do you suppose he said? Let's find out.
Well, Fred, in this hunting and trapping guide, it says that you can tag a deer on the antler, the lower jaw, or the gambrel. It doesn't say that you can tag it or should tag it through the ear. The problem is if you tag it through the ear, is that a legal tag? In viewing the law, there's no place that says you can't put it on the ear or you can. But the guide does suggest the antler, lower jaw, or gambrel. To be safe, I would go with the guide. Is there a law that says you can't put it through the ear? I'm not aware of that.
So the law doesn't cover exactly where and how it has to be tagged. It just says the tag should be used. Do you know why they came up with this rule about the tag and the sticky and the string? Do you know why this is practical or who it's practical to? It's practical to the license dealers because they can generate these off of the machines and have the sticky adhesive licenses. See, they weren't thinking about the hunter when they did this. They were thinking about the ease of sending out the licenses. And now we have a problem with people losing this tag because if it comes off your deer, the string breaks, it comes untied, or this slips off, you become a violator. That's not a very comfortable thought, is it? Kind of makes this baby look pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
You know what the chances of this coming back is?
Never.
Like nil. But I guess we just have to do the best we can and use your head and keep tabs on the tag. Because if you don't have it, you're really in trouble. How many of you right here got deer that are on the pole? 2, 3, 4, 5. And the rest of you just spectators, huh? Boy, we have a fella here holding up a rack. There's no deer attached to it. What's the scoop?
Well, I got him Sunday morning with a bow and arrow.
Sunday morning? You mean last Sunday?
Last Sunday.
Oh, man, that's the time to hunt, that week just before gun season. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, what is it, 12 point?
11.
11 point with what kind of spread?
24 and 7/8.
Holy cow.
Got him out of Jackson County.
Oh, a Jackson County buck. Look at that, Matty. We have a...
It's 11 point. That was a drop time. I watched him for about 2 hours, about 300 yards away.
This was a drop time?
It was a drop time.
And what happened to it?
First shot, hit him in the throat. Second shot, I shot him again. He started to run away, and it must have knocked it off with a slug.
Ah.
Didn't find him until about a half hour later, about 300 yards away when I shot him.
He only went 300 yards? Huh?
Yeah. Finally dropped him.
Huh. Boy, that's something else. That's a huge buck. What do your buddies said about the bucks this year? They seen a lot of them? Or?
No, they haven't. No. I've talked to a couple of people, guys I work with and everything, and they haven't. Not at all. I got a 6-pointer this morning, too, before I got him also.
What's your secret?
Luck.
Luck?
Yeah, luck. Definitely.
I'll be darned. Well, folks, this has been a fun time up here. This little group in Greenville at the Woolahan Lumber Store. And we're back on questions of law again. This fellow here got out his tags, and what is your complaint?
How can you tell the difference between them all when your heart's beating?
That's right. When your heart is beating at 160 beats a minute, and you pull out your wad of, you're liable to put your fishing license on your deer, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, that isn't the only problem. I have another concern. You know how you're supposed to notch the tag with the date and all that? Mm-hmm. Okay, hold that tag right there. Set your wallet down. Here's your hunting knife, okay? Your heart's beating 160 beats a second. Notch that tag in 5 places. How are you going to do it? How do you do it? Oh, like that?
I'd probably do it like this so I don't cut my fingers off.
But if you're a little nervous, that could be a problem, eh?
Oh, yeah, you take the end of your finger off good.
Absolutely right. So there are some problems left. For all the benefits of this licensing system, there are a few problems. In fact, if any of you at home have cut yourself by trying to validate your tag, write to me. Well, did you folks have fun with this show? Yeah. You know what? You know who wants a round of applause for his deer? Johnny. How about giving it to him?